Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the 52 Toys Chun-Li. This is her outfit 2 from Street Fighter 6, which means it is, unfortunately, the Street Fighter 6 version of her classic look, but it's essentially the same as her classic look with the exception of really just the face and the color of her leggings. So you could easily use this as your classic Chun-Li if you wanted to, and that's why I'm reviewing it. I do not like the Street Fighter 6 design, so I didn't look at their other two figures. This one, on the other hand, caught my eye, and so we're going to review it. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. Before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package. It's a good package, very reminiscent of SH Figure Arts, though we have a lot of photography and a lot less text, so that's nice. I think it looks pretty good. These are all very clearly renders, though, and not like super high-end renders. They look very obviously like renders, unless it's just the strangest photography ever. That's possible also. But yeah, good-looking package nonetheless. The window's nice, very displayable if you wanted to do that. All right, let's set that aside. And this figure, by the way, not available stateside. I'm guessing it's a licensing thing. I got this from Gundamn It. I'll have a link in the description below. It's $50, and if you want to buy from there, you can also use my code to support your favorite creator or whatever it says. I don't know. It says something like that at the top. Put the code in at the top for me, and I would appreciate it. I don't know if I get commission or not from that. I don't think so. I don't know. Honestly, I might not. But if you use that, I would appreciate it. Either way, maybe it just lets them know I sent you. I don't know. But I'll have a link down there below. It's not a vanity link or anything like that. It's just a regular, good old-fashioned link if you want to get the figure. Okay, so let's do a question of the day. Which look for Chun-Li is your favorite? I like the modern, old-school look. I don't like the original one, like the very original one. That's not my favorite. But maybe like... I don't know, I'll try to find an image of it. I don't remember which game they switched over to the sprites that I like, but either way, I like the modern, but like the classic look. I don't care what color these are, it doesn't matter to me. Alright, let's talk about the figure. Aesthetically, it's very nice, but first I want to do a quick comparison. I don't know where my Figure Arts one is. I'm getting rid of all the original Figure Arts figures, but I have the anniversary version or whatever it was, but I can't find it. But I'll compare it to the Jada figure, because the Figure Arts one is like an anime-style version of Chun-Li anyway, so it's not really a good comparison. Here she is up against the Jada figure. So this is like $30 and this is $50. Obviously they're not exactly the same look, but they're close enough that you may want to interchange them. I don't know. And height-wise, they're basically the same. Like, you can probably adjust it up or down a little bit, but they're the same. Stylistically, definitely different. Jada has that more cartoonish look. This has a little bit more of a realistic but still stylized look. So yeah, you can decide what you prefer there. This one has a much bigger head relative to its body, but that kind of is a thing from Street Fighter 6 anyway, so I don't know how I feel about that. It's certainly not the same way the Storm Arena figure looks with a tiny head. She stands just about 5 and let's say 7/8, give or take, not counting her little hair poofy things. That's going to be about 15 centimeters, and here she is up against Darwin. So yeah, perfectly fine in 1/12 scale. Now, question of the day I already covered, height I covered. Let's get into the aesthetic on this figure. The blue is a nice, like, I want to say flat almost. I guess it's probably matte. A matte metallic. It looks really nice. It is the darker blue, of course, and then we have the metallic gold as well. It's a good look. This is very much silver rather than white. I don't think they changed it to silver in Street Fighter 6, because even on the box... Oh, where'd it go? There it is. It looks mostly white still, so that could probably look a little bit better, but it doesn't look bad as it is. Like, maybe they're trying to make it look like silk, but the details are in there. Looks nice. Paint job is nice and clean. This is essentially a Figure Arts killer. That's what I would say. It doesn't have the anime style, which I don't know why Figure Arts did that anyway. But in terms of like action figure feel and handling and whatever, it's basically that. Yeah, it looks nice, I think. I think they nailed the look for the face for Street Fighter 6. Again, not my favorite thing, but it does look nice for what it's supposed to be. Maybe she's a little bit, like, lanky in the neck area, but again, it's Street Fighter 6, so they made weird design choices. But the figure looks very good for what it's supposed to be. The only real standout thing I have two, I guess. The ankles are a little fat, where this part comes out on both sides. It makes the ankle look a little bit fat. You know, not the biggest deal in the world, but it's a thing. I think you probably don't need that. Just let the ball hinge, fill in the ankle. You don't need the extra plastic on the outside. It gets real chunky looking. And then the way these are connected, like, we'll talk about why they're loose and floaty, but they look a little bit off. Not a big deal, of course, but otherwise it's like really good looking. So they did a good job, especially at $50. Of course, that doesn't, like, because it's a different thing since it's not licensed here, so the pricing's a little bit different. But still, I mean, that's what you're going to end up paying. So not bad at all. I'm going to say 9 out of 10 for the aesthetic. It's pretty darn good. I would like to see, I guess, a little bit of shading throughout, but because of the metallics and the different finishes and whatnot, I think it looks pretty good. All right, now on to the accessories. We get a bunch of different hands. That's really nice. 3 different faces, which I like that. We have the neutral, angry, and laughing. Those all look pretty good. By the way, each of the heads, the buns, do spin around. They rotate, if I remember correctly. Let me check. I don't think Jada's did that. Yeah, Jada's do not rotate. I like that they rotate. That helps for posability. We get a bunch of the different, if you want to call them skirt pieces. And they're separate front and back, so you can interchange them as you want to for different poses or things. I like that option. It's not probably as nice as soft goods, but it does work, and it at least maintains a uniform aesthetic with the plastic, the painted plastic. So there's that. You do get her flash kick or lightning kick or whatever. It's not flash kick, that's a different character. Whatever they call her kick move, I don't know. You get that effect part. Similar to the Revoltech one, this just slides over the leg though, and it looks pretty good. The Jada one goes over the foot, so, you know, different style, but it's a different game, so that's fine. And then lastly, they included a display stand, which has little tabs to connect to other display stands. I guess that's fine. You just take those off if you don't like them. It needs to be tightened. The screws are loose, but you get it, and it's nice. So, accessory-wise, other than a Kikoken, I don't know why I like saying it like that. I'm going to say it's everything you need. So I'm going to go 9.5 out of 10 for accessories. Now, the real question that y'all came here for is, can it pose, or is there no point? Well, it can. So like I said, these rotate, which is a good feature. You should have that anytime you have a hairband or something like that. It should be able to move based on poses. Like, you don't want her to be like doing an upside down spinning bird kick and then her little tassels are still pointing up. So that's good. But the head is on ball pegs, the neck is on ball pegs. It moves around freely, easily. No issue. She does have that lanky neck, but it does pose, so that's nice. Now for the shoulders, I don't know if it's intentional. I assume it is. There's a slip joint for the ball. This is a slip joint. This should not be flesh colored, by the way. That should be blue. I'm guessing they did that to save costs. But you have the ball there that is a slip joint, and then this just moves around on that ball, which is pretty effective. It's not like there's not a ton of range. Even when you slip it, it doesn't do much. But it does pose, and it is a little bit gappy, and you can see the joint in there. So it's not perfect, but it's certainly good enough. Now, unfortunately, I thought there'd be like another joint in here, like a ball peg on top of this sleeve part. There's not. As far as I can tell, it just rotates on there, which is fine. But it would have been nice to have another ball there, because if you bring her arms all the way down to the side, it does separate up here. So yeah, an extra ball in there would have been really nice to let the arm move down farther, but it's still alright. You do get your swivel there. This is a separate piece from the arm, so it'll rotate separately, but there's nothing, like, it's just because of that's how it's made. Double jointed elbow works nicely. Not a bad looking elbow from the outside. From the inside, it's a little less good, but yeah, it works. These are floaty, ball hinge wrist, that's fine. The hands, there's retention on the hands, that's nice. The wrist is definitely a little bit loose though. She's not holding anything, so that's fine, but if you wanted to like balance her on her hands or something, you may have some issue. It's slippy and sticky at the same time, so be aware of that. For the torso, she leans back that far. Enough, not a lot, but it's there. Leaning forward works really well, surprisingly well, so that's good. And then side to side, also pretty good, other than the fact that this gets in the way, which is irritating because, like I said, it's already a little bit ugly. You have to fight with the skirt piece a little bit, but she does have decent range in the torso, and of course you get your rotation out of both pieces, so that's nice. Now, these are soft, by the way. They're not like super flexible, but they are soft enough, and they will move. And then you have the floaty crotch piece in there as well. Now for the hips, it looks to me like they're just ball sockets, like basic ball sockets. They don't do full-on splits, unless maybe you rotate everything around. You could Revoltech it, basically, rotate the whole hips, or Marvel Legends, I guess would even be closer. You can rotate everything around to get full-on splits if you want to, so at least that's an option. But essentially, it's just a big old ball peg, and she has good range, and it's not loose, so that's nice. It feels slick. It feels like it'll move around more than I want it to, but then it holds. So I think they just did a good job with their tolerances, but she can kick pretty well. Pretty good range out of that. There is a ball peg down here for the thigh swivel, so more range there. But you should be able to just basically move her hips around however you want to. And like, that's not a good pose, but just showing you the range is there. It works pretty well, and you can futz around with it a little bit and get it to do what you want, and it should be good. Like, it's not a Revoltech, but it can hit some pretty nice poses, so that's good. Now for the knees, double jointed knee, looks like a figure arts knee, a good one, and that's nice. You get good range, and it's not ugly, so that's good. Could be a little bit stiffer, that's a thing, but it's alright. Now for the ankles, decent range going forward or back, however you want to figure it. Decent range going that way, not the best. Ankle rocker is okay. I wish they didn't put all that extra plastic in there for those boots, but it works. And then the toe hinge is exactly what I've been saying toe hinges should be. The entire joint is the thickness of the foot, so when you bend it, you don't end up with any weird gaps or anything. It's just a nice, smooth, flush bend. It's perfectly placed at the ball of the foot. It has enough meat here to actually use, and then it looks good. They nailed it, and it's also not super floppy, so that is good. So yeah, this is a really good figure for posing. It's not maybe the most perfect thing ever. Most figures aren't, none of them are. But yeah, I mean, short of being a chopped up mess like a Revoltech, which her figure was pretty bad for that anyway, it's pretty good. A few weird things like this issue here, like, I don't think there's actually range in there. If there is, it's super stuck and I can't figure out what it is. Let me look. I'm gonna pull on things and see if it doesn't break. The hand fell off because I was pulling on it. I don't think there's actually, if there is supposed to be range, it doesn't feel like it, and this is just floppy and the other one doesn't have it. So I think, should I pull really hard? No, I can't get it. Yeah, I don't think there's supposed to be range in there, unless it's just, yeah, I don't know. If you guys have had different experience with these shoulders, let me know. It looks to me like there's not supposed to be anything. This one doesn't do it really at all. So that's my guess. But otherwise, like, so it's pretty darn good. We have a few issues, but it's pretty good. I'll go 8.5 out of 10 for posability, and I'm pleased with it for sure. Alright, time for the final verdict on this release. Boy, I wish it wasn't Street Fighter 6. I wish it was just more of a classic Street Fighter 2, or anything else really other than 6, and maybe even Alpha. Alpha would be great, because so far the two companies making Alpha Chun-Li don't look so great, but this is a good one. I'm going to give it an overall rating of, I'm going to say 9.3 out of 10. There are a few things I'd like to see changed that would make it a lot better, but it's already a lot better than I expected it would be. This is a very nice release. It looks way better than the plasticky Street Fighter 6 Ryu as well. Yeah, this may be the go-to Chun-Li if you don't mind the Street Fighter 6 aesthetic. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but I'll be done there. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.